Hi friends, I'm Kelly and I'm going to be leading you through a 30-minute power flow today. I hope that you enjoy it and you can build some heat in your body and feel a little bit stronger throughout the rest of your day. Come down to your mat and begin in child's pose with your knees wide, feet together, arms extended out in front of you, and then just bring your forehead or your chin or your chest to the mat. And just relax here, sink back into your hips, and take a couple of rounds of breath before we start moving. This is going to be a 30-minute power flow, so we're going to work pretty quickly, build up heat. And just try to work into all the muscles in our body in a quick and efficient way, and hopefully you'll leave here feeling really refreshed and worked out. Take note of how you're feeling right now, maybe some tightness in your body, some places you might want to work a little bit more than others, and then you can compare that to how you feel at the end of this practice. When you're ready, come on up into tabletop, wrists beneath your shoulders, knees beneath your hips. And then just take a couple of rounds of dancing lions. So take big hip circles in both directions. Working into your wrists and your hips here. Maybe take some spinal rolls, just whatever feels good in your body right now. And then come back to tabletop and inhale, reach your right arm up, open your chest up, and then exhale, thread it through underneath to thread the needle. Maybe extend your left arm out in front of you and then press the floor away with the top of your right hand to get deeper into the shoulder stretch. Option to take a bind by reaching your left arm over your body and grabbing your right leg, or just leave your left arm extended out in front of you, whatever feels good in your body. And then wherever you're at, plant your left hand, press back up, inhale, reach your right arm back up, and then plant it down. And inhale, reach your left arm up, exhale, thread the needle all the way through. Again, press the top of your left hand into the mat. Extend your right arm out in front of you, or option again to take a bind here. And plant your right hand, press back up, inhale, reach your left arm up, come back down into tabletop. Extend your left leg out behind you and your right arm out in front of you. Keep your core tight, pull your belly button into your spine. And then on your next exhale, bring your elbow to your knee. Inhale, extend out. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, exhale. Again, keep your core tight here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and then plant your right hand, curl under your right toes, and press back into three-legged downward facing dog. And on your next exhale, bring your left knee to your left elbow. Inhale, back up, knee to nose. Inhale, back up. And exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, come back up, open up your hip, maybe take a couple circles here just to stretch out your hip joint. Mine's popping a little bit as I do this. And then come back down, and we're going to switch sides here. So extend your right leg out behind you, right arm out in front of you. Tighten your core, and then exhale, knee to your elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. It's your last one. Inhale, plant your left hand down, curl your left toes under, and press back into three-legged downward facing dog. On your next exhale, bring your right knee to your right elbow. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend out behind you. Exhale, right knee to left tricep. And back. And bend your right knee. Take a couple of hip circles here. Again, just opening up your hip joint. Try not to hip plant like me. And come back down. Come back onto your ankles here. Just roll out your shoulders a little bit in both directions. And then bring your arms to cactus. Inhale, pull your chest through, and then exhale, bend your back, bring your arms together. Inhale, pull your chest through. Exhale. Just take one more round of this. And then walk back forward, press back into downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet here. And then when you're ready, on your next exhale, step, hop, or float to the front of the mat into forward fold. Try to have your hips stacked over your ankles, and then hinge the hips and let your upper body hang down. Maybe grab opposite elbows and sway back and forth here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach your arms up above your head. And exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to take one round of Sun Sal B here. Inhale, reach your arms up above your head. Exhale, send your hips back into chair pose. Hold here, maybe come up onto your toes, the mounds of your feet. So work your calves a little bit harder, work your balance. You can see me getting a little bit off balance here. Then on your next exhale, plant your feet, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank pose. Exhale, flow through your vinyasa, upward facing dog or cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, reach your right leg up. Exhale, step it through in between your hands. Inhale, reach your arms up, coming into high lunge. Option to come up onto your toe mound here. And if you want a little bit of an extra challenge, tighten your core and just hinge forward. Hold here. Don't let your belly flop onto your leg. Work your core, work your calf, work your glutes a little bit harder here. 2 more rounds of breath. And exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal out for a moment here. And then on your next inhale, reach your left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, reach your arms up, high lunge. Again, option to come onto your toes here. And maybe, just maybe, hinge at the hips, keep your core extra tight, and take a couple of rounds of breath here. You can feel it starting to heat up. And exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, flow through your vinyasa, upward facing dog, exhale, downward facing dog. So we're gonna tiptoe to the front of the mat. Try to keep your hands planted. If not, that's okay. And come into a forward fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach your arms up above your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. On your next inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, send your hips back. Shift your weight over to your right foot. Bring your left heel towards your left glute. Slowly press back. Bring your hands to your heart center into warrior three. Maybe stay here if you want to continue to build the heat. We're going to do a couple of Shiva squats. So exhale, bend both knees, bring your left knee to the back of your right leg, and then extend out. Bend and extend. Bend and extend. Two more. Bend. Starting to feel it in my right glute. And bend and extend. And then slowly step back into a high lunge. Take an inhale here and then dip your back knee. And exhale, dip. Inhale, rise. Exhale, dip. Inhale, rise. Exhale, dip. Inhale, rise. Stay here for one round of breath. And then wimble your hands down. Plant your left hand, keep your right arm up. Slowly rotate to the outsides of your feet. Send your left hip down and reach your right arm back. And then inhale, press your hips up to the sky, reach your right arm forward. Exhale, hip back down, right arm back. Inhale, send your hips up. Exhale, send it back. Inhale, send your hips up. And exhale, come back down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Face your toes to the front of the mat. Pivot your back foot to be parallel to the back of the mat. Inhale, windmill your arms up into warrior two. Oh, and keep your balance. Have a deep bend through this front knee. Try to make a 90-degree or 45-degree angle. Here, 90-degree angle. Arms parallel to the ground. Core tight, shoulders stacked over your hips. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, back into warrior two. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, back deep into warrior two. Inhale, reach your arms up. Send your hips back, reach your right arm forward. Come into triangle pose. Option to have a block underneath your right hand. Rest your hand on your shin, or bring it all the way down to the ground beneath your right foot. Take a couple of rounds of breath here, and then slowly bend your front knee, kick off your back foot, coming into half moon pose. Keep your hips open to the side of the mat. Maybe have your gaze down at your hand for better balance, or if you're feeling really stable here, you could look up to your floating hand. Option to have a block underneath your right hand here. If you're feeling really good in balance, continue to squeeze your glutes, keep your core tight, and maybe bend your left leg coming into Shavasana or sugar cane pose. Again, keep your hips open and just see what feels good here. And slowly lower your back leg. Come back to the back of the mat into Skandasana at the back of the mat. Right leg out straight. Try to keep it from flopping down onto the mat. If you're not all the way down, you can put blocks underneath your hands here. Whew, I'm feeling it. And slowly walk your hands back. Bring your hips towards the front of the mat and step forward into chair pose again at the front of the mat. Option to pause the video here and take a little break, or if you're ready, send your weight over to your left foot, bring your right heel towards your right glute, send your leg back straight into warrior three. Keep your hips square towards the mat, so bring your right hip down. And we're gonna do Shiva squats again on this side. So exhale, knee to your left calf. Inhale, extend out behind you. Exhale, inhale. Option to have blocks underneath your hands if you're having trouble balancing. Exhale, inhale. Whew. I am falling over. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. One more. Exhale, inhale. Slowly step back into a high lunge. Take one round of breath here, and then option to stay here, or to take a couple of pulses here, bending your left leg and bringing your right knee down towards the mat. And take two more here. Come back up into a high lunge. Plant your right hand, bring your left arm up. Then slowly come to the outside of both feet. Send your right hip down, left arm out behind you. Then inhale, press your hips up, right arm towards the front of the mat. Exhale, down, feel that nice hip stretch here. Then inhale, press up. Exhale, down. Inhale, press up. Rotate your feet around, and then bring your right foot to be parallel to the back of the mat, coming into warrior two on the other side. Again, keep a deep bend through this left leg. And then on your inhale, fly your warrior, bring your arms up. Exhale, bend again into that front leg. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, bend your left knee. Inhale, come up, send your hip back, reach your right arm forward, coming into triangle pose. Again, option to use a block here underneath your hand, or rest it on your shin, or bring it to the outside of your left foot on the mat. Keep your chest open, shoulders stacked over each other. And when you're ready, take a little bend through the left leg, press off your back foot, coming into half moon pose on the other side. Squeeze your glutes here, keep your core tight. Heel should be in line with your hip. And if you're feeling nice and balanced, slowly bend the right leg, reach your right arm back, grab your foot, push your foot into your hand, hand into your foot. And slowly release wherever you're at. Step back to the back of the mat, coming into Skandasana at the back of the mat. Stay strong through your left leg, don't let it fall onto the mat. Keep your hips down. It's alright if your heel might be off the mat. Just stay here, try to find balance. Maybe your hands are down on the mat, maybe they're up. Whatever feels good in your body. And then, when you're ready, bend your left leg, come back to the front of the mat. Step your right leg forward, back into chair pose, arms above your head, and then exhale, straighten out your legs, forward fold. Whew. Great job keeping up with that one. I'm definitely sweaty and feeling it in both of my legs. On your next inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach your arms up above your head. And then exhale, hands to heart center. On your next inhale, reach your arms up, come up onto your tippy toes, and then try to slowly lower your hips down towards your heels, staying up on your tippy toes. Slowly, slowly, slowly try to keep your balance. If you fall out, just get right back into it. Rest down here. And then slowly come back up, still on your tippy toes. Lower down. One more time. Still on your tippy toes. Bring your heels down, bring your seat down, and come onto your seat here. We're gonna do cobbler's pose. Keep your feet together, knees bent, legs out to the sides. You might be right here, you might have your feet out here. That's totally okay. Just work with wherever you're at in your body. And if this is feeling easy and you have your legs all the way down, maybe work your feet a little bit closer together. And as you get farther apart, the soles of your feet will come apart a little bit. Just take a couple of breaths here, starting to slow down our practice a little bit. Just get a couple of stretches here before we end our practice. So you can work on pressing your knees down a little bit, getting a little bit deeper into your inner thighs. And maybe hinge at your hips and forward fold over your legs here, or option to just stay upright. And wherever you're at, come back to a neutral spine. Extend your legs out in front of you. Maybe scoot your hips back. Wiggle out your feet a little bit. And then you're going to take your left leg over your right. Plant your foot down. Keep this bent. You can bend the bottom leg if you'd like, or leave it straight. On your next inhale, bring your left arm out behind you, your right arm up, twist through your obliques, and maybe bring the outside of your elbow to the outside of your knee and twist here. Or you can hug your knee, whatever feels better in your body. And then inhale, extend your spine, and exhale, twist a little bit deeper. And exhale to release, switch. So we're going to bring your right foot over your left leg, plant it flat like this. Inhale, bring your right arm behind you, and then option to hug here, or extend your spine and hook your arm on the outside of your knee. Again, inhale to extend, and then exhale to twist a little bit deeper. Try to remember to keep your straight leg, foot engaged like this. And then straighten out this leg. Bring your hips to the center of your mat. Slowly lower all the way down onto the mat. Maybe windshield wiper your knees side to side. Straighten out your legs, and then bring your right knee into your chest, send it over to the left, stack your hips, extend your right arm out to the right side and bring your gaze over to the right. Come back to center, switch legs. Hug your left knee into your chest. Bring your left knee over to the right, left arm out to the left, and bring your gaze over to the left. Option to hold these poses for a little bit longer, but for the sake of this short video, we're going to keep them quick. Come back to center. Take any final poses you might want to take. Maybe happy baby, maybe you just come into Shavasana right from here. And wherever you're at, just bring your legs out, flop your feet out to the sides, palms facing the sky, and just relax your entire body here. Notice how different your body feels now versus the beginning of your practice. Maybe where some things feel more open. And just give yourself a little mental pat on the back for being present on your mat today and for giving yourself this 30 minutes to really honor your body and honor your practice. Feel free to stay here for any amount of time longer that you need, but again, for the sake of this short video, we're going to finish up here. Slowly bend your knees, roll over to your right side, and press yourself back up to seated. Bring your hands to your heart center. I thank you for your practice and your presence today. Namaste.